Everyone is talking about everyone. This is the big story of the day here. Now, let me tell you about GameStop. It's basically a knackered mall store, essentially, a store in, what we call them in the UK, shopping centres. And they sell video games. Now, already the alarm bells should be ringing because nobody goes to a store to buy video games, do they, these days? It's all downloaded online and on your phone. Now, the company appointed to the board someone who's seen as a bit of a business guru. He's the co-founder of the company called Chewy, which is a website for selling you all the things that you need for your pet. And a hedge fund went out and said, we think this company's stock is going to go down and we're going to short sell against it. Well, because there's no sporting, there's no gambling, a lot of people have been turning to buying and selling stocks as day traders online via websites like Reddit, for example, where there is a big discussion board about what you should and shouldn't do and buy and sell and that sort of thing. And they said, no, we are going to disagree with Wall Street. They may want to drive down the price. We're going to buy it. So the share price went from $4 to $400, although it's $200 at this minute. And this is a popular result. The peasants are revolting. I think we knew that. David versus Goliath, working class versus the elite. It really is. And to explain short selling in just a sentence, basically, I say to my friend, can I borrow your stock? He says, yes, I take control of it. I sell it along with others. The price goes down. When the price goes down, I use my own money to buy the stock, all the time hoping the price will go back up. When it does go back up, I sell the stock, give the money back to my friend, and pocket the difference. That is short selling.
Well, as John mentioned, thousands of amateur investors have poured into the video retailer's stock, forcing Wall Street to take billions of dollars in losses. It's also created a ripple effect with online traders looking to replicate GameStop's rise in other companies. Shares in GameStop have now risen more than 700% since last week. Its selling price at the start of the month was around $20, but that has now since reached well over $300. The small-time traders are also focusing on other companies heavily shorted by hedge funds, including Nokia, which saw shares jump briefly around 60% on Wednesday. And BlackBerry is another stock finding support online from individual investors. Shares have climbed around 30% this week. And the company says it's not aware of any developments or change in its business that would account for this recent jump. Well, let's talk to Santosh Rao, who's head of research at Manhattan Venture Partners, who hopefully can make some sense of all of this. What do you think's going on? Have retail investors been underestimated for too long in terms of their market moving ability?
Normally in the past it was the sophisticated hedge fund and institutional investors who did that, but in this case it was the small guy, the retail cohort, which is a rising force in the investment population. They have new technology. He or she is much smarter than before, and they can group together, they can talk together. In the past it was just one retail guy sitting at home doing it. Now it's a full group, and before you know it, it's a huge force. They can really move the market, which we saw in this case. So it doesn't happen all the time in this, such as this, 140% of the shares shorted, but I think shorting is essential. So at a technical level, this is nothing uncommon, nothing illegal, goes on for a long time, has been going on for a long time. But I think in this case, there was a socio-economic twist to it. It was this small guy. It was a sense that the retail investor has been shut out of this whole thing, the whole party, the fear of missing out. They all want to be part of it, and they can be now with the fractional trading technology and the whole thing, so they can participate equally forcefully as the institutional guys. And that's what's happening. That's the changing dynamic. So they are a big force, and they are coming strong.